children in moments like that recognise like so many things all at once. You know, that not throwing something in the bin just willy-nilly, you know, cleaning it up, saving it, putting it in an envelope, even that bit, you're like, what? And then you whip it out 6 months later. Oh, remember you? Oh, yeah, brilliant. Then they put them in the ground. Then, you know, another 4 months later, there's fucking great big pumpkin. I did this, but I didn't just carve it. I grew it. It's my pumpkin. I grew this. That, for a child in the iPhone age, is magic. That's magic, because there's so much happening there that is going to be fundamental to the wiring of people, young people, going into a world now where we've removed so much of this, and we need it more than ever.
It's planning for the future as well. I mean, I think kids today they totally live for now. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to break that, and you know what I mean, it's there. Do that with him with the seeds. You're teaching them life skills. You're planning for the future. Do you know what I mean? That's a fundamental human existence. I am planning for next year. So rather than living in the next 5 minutes, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and I'll put it on my calendar, plant pumpkin seeds, like, you know what I mean? It's plans.
And the purpose of that, the purpose that comes with it, the meaning, the purpose, you know, and I mean, my wife and I, we're going to be taking our children out of school because we're kind of, again, after a long deliberation over the years, I mean, they've only been in school 5 minutes, they're only in the year 5 and 6, you know, but we're like, we weren't sure before anyway if it was right for us and for them. With everything that's happening now, again, I know I keep alluding to it, but it is a pretty unprecedented time. Certainly not happy with a lot of the things that are happening in what they're being, I don't want to say indoctrinated with, because it feels a bit strong, but they're certainly being conditioned to a way of being at the moment. And at 5 and 6, as you've pointed out, in a different way, but it's the same in the end, is when you learn, oh, we don't cuddle here, right? You even though in you there's a cuddle in you, but you don't do it here, so we don't do it here. Like, that's what's happening to kids at the minute, you know, like touch, feel, expression, exploration, like, that's being ironed out. And we've been talking about it for a long time, and we've pulled the trigger now. We've written the letter, and we're going through the motions, and we're setting up what the future is going to be. And I'm and my wife, we're coming up with ways of, like, how are we going to go about this? We've got ideas, we've got people we're going to see, we're reading books, but it's this kind of thing for me that is, you've just said it there, you're learning to plan for the future. You're realising there's mathematics, there's science, there's geography, there's biology, there's everything going into growing plants and growing vegetables. Science. Everything, yeah. You know, how many?
So you're homeschooling them?
We're going to be homeschooling them, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, currently, one of the people I watch on YouTube, Daniel Smachtenberger.
Right, jot that down, Aidan.
he was homeschooled, and he was the one. So many times in my journey, I've learned something. I hit a brick wall, and the latest one, we had a solstice party after we cleaned the woods. Yep. And so there was a group of pretty spiritual people there, and we played a clip from Humanity Phase Shift, and everyone just sat there listening. We played it on a phone connected to a speaker, and every single person just went there. And at the end, and it
blew everyone away.
Yeah, and a few people there were deeply spiritual, and that's where I need to listen to that again. But it was the kind of final one where his videos on YouTube are off.
Is this
Daniel Smachtenberger?
Is that him up there?
Yeah. So okay. Emergence is a good one.
I've seen him about on stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And I stumbled across him, so Rebel Wisdom, so I've always been a bit of a rebel. And
saw that and that fit.
And I thought I was watching, I do, and before I go to bed, I'll do a video, even if it's as deep as something that he does.
Yeah.
And I kind of process that through my sleep.
So has he got some ideas with the homeschooling then?
He was homeschooled. He was homeschooled.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So he goes into on some of his videos. He actually explains. So he'll, and it's absolutely amazing the story of his schooling, where his parents were hippies,
Right.
and him and his brother were homeschooled. But he'd say, question. One of the things that come to mind was, why is the sky blue?
Yeah. That's a fucking universal question that every kid asks.
So then his dad would say, right, okay, then
Yeah,
go off
why
and
the fuck is the sky blue?
Yeah, and then they go to the library.
Do a project.
And so that question would then open up this bubble that had opened up that bubble, and to listen to the bloke, he's
I will be following. I'll follow through with him then, Darren. You've made a note of that, Aidan. Yeah.
There's a good one. A good starter one from him is Humanity Phase Shift. I just love it. We played that at the Solstice party, and what's the answer? So I'm not finished. I'm far from finished. But like at this point, I was at that place where I watched that, and another door opened. You're looking at a brick wall, thinking, I can't get over this. I can't get round it.
Yeah.
I was kind of stuck. And I just stumbled across it, and I watched it, and then the door just opened in the brick wall, and then I went through there.
1,000-mile journey into the next.
Then that opens up another series of self-learning, self-development. But I find he's deep.
Yeah.
But
I've recognised him. I have seen him on stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he was. I normally watch it at least once a month, and I normally find something else. It's he's quite deep. Yeah.
Well, there might be a way then. I mean, I'm thinking about the wonderful people I'm meeting through the podcast, as my wife and I, like I say, we're being realistic about what we're doing at the moment. We've talked about it for a long time. We always imagined it might be when they got to kind of secondary school age, and obviously things have accelerated this year with the way things are, and also. My boy, the oldest one's 6, and he's already talking about his friends have got these, and I'm like, fuck, man, they're 6 now getting iPhones.
Yeah.
That's mental.
Yeah.